Hey, true believers, welcome to another Heroes for Hire Comic Club movie night. That's a mouthful to say, but maybe I should have shortened the name of the channel, but it's too late now. We're going to bring on all my guys here. We got us a all-star panel here. First up, we have Big Jeff. He is more than meets the eye himself. So there he is, one of my Transformers bros. And we got our Heroes for Hire Comic Club resident Transformers expert, straight from NYC. We have Fable Station, sir.
Station, what's going on, everybody?
We have Metal Elf Collectibles in the house. What's up, my brother Chad?
Hey, what's up, guys? Keep it metal.
And direct from the Spiral Dimension, we have everyone's favorite Mal, Dr. Von Hoot. And he also says justice for Starscream, so I'm gonna call it justice for Flash by Night. So here we go.
In the rear with the gear.
It's time to start the ceremony. But you know what? I guess it was the shortest reign of any ruler ever in Decepticon history would have to go to Starscream. I have a video I had pinned in the chat. I want everybody to try to check out. It's my first attempt at voiceover work. No, I didn't play a cartoon character, but it's like I did a little 5-minute video about the silent issue of G.I. Joe issue 21. And let's say hello to the chat and we'll get into the movie. You got Jean Malot, my favorite French Canadian.
Jean Malot.
Hey, Brian Barrick. Brian Barrick's in the house.
Hey, Brian.
Aaron, who was backstage with us earlier, Cyclotronic Squirt Gun Comics. And we got Missing Mars in the house. And who else is here? We got anybody? Hurricane. Patel. Hey. One of my newer friends. How you doing, sir? It's good to see you. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for that intro, but I did turn the music off and the sound. So, and they were 8-second clips cut together. I don't know. But anyway, so last week we talked about G.I. Joe the movie, which I probably should have done that this week. And we probably should have talked about Transformers last week. But anyway, so kind of similar, both Hasbro properties. This one came out first, though. And so it didn't really do too well at the box office when it came out, which, I don't know. I always thought maybe it did great because, I just love it. But also, like in Generation X, we had a lot of like traumatic childhood experiences watching film. I think everybody knows the experience of watching Never Ending Story. Treyu, that's just, and then of course the Fox and the Hound. I'm like, what do you mean they can't be friends anymore?
Bambi.
Bambi, although Bambi was like made way before we were around, but yeah, I remember the same thing. Oh, Yeller, Where the Red Fern Grows. I don't know if anybody remembers that one. That's but like it's always something like, I don't know. But this one I hear really took the cake because what we get in this movie is an Autobot massacre. Just totally like, it's not just Autobots. I heard somebody talk about the commentary on this film. They said it's a movie about death, basically. But because there's a lot of death in it. I mean, you think, I kind of wonder if the people that were making the movie are like, oh, they're just robots. Nobody's going to care.
No, they're clearing out the first line of Transformers. They're
Yeah.
clearing that out, making roads for the new ones to keep the purchasing machine rolling.
Yeah.
But when you're a kid our age and you go from loving the toy, loving the cartoon every day, and the cartoon is way, way mellow, everybody shoots at each other, but nobody dies, right? Boom. In the movie, you get death, 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 death of characters that I don't know, you're invested in because you watched them in all these different adventures. All of a sudden, boom, they're snatched up in the first 15 minutes.
And also the death of Optimus Prime.
Yeah, of course.
Is the
right.
reason that the death of Duke did not happen. Although if you watch the movie and if you watch it, all you hear is Doc say, "Oh, Duke is okay now. He's out of his coma." They never show him out of the coma because they intended on him to be dead. But when they got the backlash for this movie, like, my little Billy went to watch Transformers and you killed his favorite character. How dare you? He was crying the whole way home, you know. So, but we're going to get into it. Your overall thoughts on the movie, and I will start with you, Big Jeff.
Because I was Transformers head when I was a kid, watched the cartoon, and every birthday or Christmas, I'm always asking for some Transformer, saving up money from the mowing lawns and stuff. Going into it like that, I'm totally biased because I love the property. I love the Transformers. The whole idea of it. And being a kid when it came out, and just the characters, Prime, Starscream, Megatron, Ironhide, just Wheeljack, Jazz, all these cool things that they all have their own specific character. Overall, I absolutely love Transformers the movie, but that's straight from my childhood. So you're hitting the what do you call it? You're hitting the nostalgia button. You're smashing it.
Yeah, it's and the movie, it's like the animation in this film. What's it? This is the 40th anniversary. Will be this year, right? It doesn't feel like it to me. It's like got this beautiful animation in this film, and it almost has like a anime feel to it, like Akira or something, which I know that came out around the same time. I guess didn't it? I'm assuming. But you know what they say: when you assume, you make an ass out of yourself.
It almost kind of feels old Robotech-y in a way.
Yeah, I can see that.
It has that look.
The animation was done in Japan, so
yeah,
it makes sense that it has a lot of the same animators on board for those.
Like
things.
the way they portray metal and the shininess of metal with the different tones. It was done really good in the regular cartoon, in my opinion. But the movie just cranked it up a notch with everything. That's what my eyes saw, though.
Yeah. Fable, what are your overall thoughts of Transformers the movie?
Well, it's not crazy that you say that, Big Jeff, because the main character designer for Robotech is the character designer for the Transformers, the G1 Transformers.
I should know that. I didn't know that. I should know that.
This movie is, and I'm totally with Big Jeff when I say it, I'm totally biased. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. But, this movie is part of my DNA, if that makes any sense, right? Like, it totally helped shape my thoughts on things and my love for science fiction and animation and things like that going forward. This movie is a quintessential film to me. It is probably, if not number one, definitely in my top 5 favorite films of all time. 100%, no doubt about it. Might not even be the best film, comparatively to all the great films we have, but in my heart, it's number one, right?
Yep.
This thing had such an impact on me as a kid. It was bold for them to do what they did in this film by killing off the main cast the way they killed them off. And I understand people say, well, yeah, it's a marketing decision, clearing the shelves for the new line of toys. I get that. But at the same time, they really didn't have to do that. Think about it. They didn't do it in G.I. Joe. They introduced a slew of new characters. They didn't kill Snake Eyes. They didn't kill Scarlet, right? Okay, they wanted to kill Duke. I get that. That adds some gravitas. But the way they did that in this movie, the way they off these motherfuckers, not only that, but transformed them into new characters, right? Because Megatron becomes Galvatron and Thundercracker becomes Cyclonus or the other guy, whichever one you think it is. I don't know. There's always a debate about who turned into who.
Yeah.
But the point is that
Scourge.
I was in total awe of this film. It is fast-paced, non-stop action with one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard for any movie. Period. Full stop. This film is, to me, the quintessential 80s animation movie. Yeah, we have things like Akira, and Akira has a great high concept and it has fantastic animation, but I don't think anything is as hard-hitting, as fast-paced, as impactful as Transformers the movie. And it's evidenced by us being here 40 years later, talking about it, loving it, still buying the toys, still, I mean, how much has the Energon universe moved behind the Transformers IP? Number one Kickstarter for the comic books, the Marvel books, and the UK books. I mean, this thing is still hard hitting, and I trace it all back not only to the first 2 seasons of the series, but this movie in particular. So this movie to me is just a part of my life. I've seen it so many times. Like I stole this thing from the video store, right? They weren't getting this shit back once I rented it. Because there was no way I knew where to buy movies in the first place. I was 8, 9 years old. So like when I rented it, they were dead on that copy. That was it, man. Until my VCR ate it up, of course, because my VCR used to eat all my tapes up. Yeah, no, this movie to me is one of the greatest animated films of all time. So overall thoughts, there's no words. I can't even quantify what it means to me.
Yeah, it's just got this, I don't know. It's like one of those movies, like it's like a warm blanket, you know. You just want to put it, you know, or like an old, you know, familiar pair of jeans or something, you know. It's just always good. Oh, there's a poll up in the chat. Who is a bigger douche? Hot Rod from this movie or Falcon from G.I. Joe the movie? All right, y'all can answer that.
Can I just say one last thing? It may not be the most traumatizing film because that's one of the questions you asked. Is this the most traumatizing?
Yeah.
For me, that's RoboCop. When Murphy died, that shit messed my head up. Okay? That was too intense for 8, 9-year-old me back in the day. But this is the first film that ever brought a tear to my eye. I'll tell you that. It's the first one I cried at. I remember it distinctly. Seeing him turn gray and the freaking lights going out on him, I cried for sure. So yeah, just wanted to say that.
Okay. Chad, what are your overall thoughts of Transformers the movie? You're muted.
What about now?
You're fine now.
Fine now? Okay. Okay, so Transformers is formative for me, right? Like I grew up playing with the toys, you know, seeing this movie. To revisit this, it was just great. Both G.I. Joe and this. But I don't even think I made it like 3/4 of the way through before I already gave it my, you know, definitive rating. Just it was so great, like hands down, like the animation brought me right back. Like to be honest, like Voltron probably hits a little bit harder with me. That was my first exposure to this kind of thing, and but Transformers, man, like that's just it's huge. It's a huge IP. It's still around today. You know, Energon Universe, Robert Kirkman and Daniel Warren Johnson. They're still going with all that stuff. People still buying the toys. Like you can't deny it's like a cultural phenom, right?
Yeah, and it's like looks as much like you know me. My heart belongs to G.I. Joe, but as big a G.I. Joe fan as I am, even I can recognize the fact that like once the G.I. Joe had ran its course in its toy line, the Transformers continued and was still popular for a very long time. And it's still around the day. Like I would argue it's probably more Transformer toys than G.I. Joe toys for sure. So yeah,
I think so.
It's a. I think Aaron agreed with you about the Voltron, which I loved Voltron. I had the big giant Voltron when I was a kid. That was fun too. But like, I don't know. There's just something about Transformers. Like, whoever the marketing genius was, they're like, let's make robots that transform into vehicles. Chef's kiss. That's what a genius idea. It's like Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird saying, "How about we have some turtles that are teenage mutants and they're ninjas?" You know, I mean,
they love pizza.
Yeah, it's just it kind of writes itself, right? Even though that started as kind of a parody, but you know, DVH, what are your overall thoughts of this movie?
Well, it is probably my favorite film. I mean, it's right up there with Grease 2. It's superb. Grease 2 is an awesome movie.
Grease 2 is great.
But Transformers the movie realistically is my favorite movie. I've got probably 15 copies of it on various different formats just around.
Wow.
Yeah, I just got into this habit of collecting different covers basically. Like, because I'm a nerd. So it came out on the PSP as a UMD. So I had to have that, for instance, because well, I don't have a PSP, but this years ago. The only thing I don't have a Laserdisc of it yet, and I don't have a beta of it yet. I really should. But hey, honestly, Transformers is a passion for me from my childhood, but I didn't see the movie until it came out on VHS here. It was a rental my dad picked up for me. I would have been about 4 or 5, something like that. So I was young, and it obviously devastated me when Prime died because I had no idea. I didn't see that coming. And it was a different situation in the UK than it was in the US, because in the US you'd already started. Well, I think you'd even finished the 3rd season when the movie came out here on VHS. So I don't know whether you're aware, but the opening is different in the UK version. You've got that tunnel effect that goes through where it's like the Transformers logo and all the stars' names flash on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
That isn't there in the UK version. Instead, you've got this Star Wars like crawl that goes up the screen and explains what happened. Ish. It's really cool. I really love it, and I've got it memorized in my head. But right at the end of the movie, you've got a voice actor reading some lines as well. It's the same guy doing that, basically. But yeah, it's just like Star Wars, complete rip-off, like yellow writing and everything.
Yeah.
The interesting, well, I mean, there's many interesting things about Transformers the movie, but I do feel like I won't say it's the most traumatic childhood movie of all time, but what I will say is it is to me. And I do think that the reason the Transformers is so successful is specifically because of this movie. The original toy line and the G1 cartoon were massive, don't get me wrong. But I think the trauma of that movie and how good it is, because it is a really good movie, if you ask me. Like, it's the soundtrack, everything, the action. The fan base was sort of galvanized at that moment because they kept thinking about the death of Optimus Prime. I mean, it's all about his death, basically. And that's it. It was like losing a father figure to so many people, but it's a father figure that you can get back. Like, he can still be around, because obviously Transformers evolved and did other things, and he was still there. And that trauma led to a fan base that never went anywhere. In fact, they got even more obsessed, and all the way through. Like myself, I would go to like secondhand stores, car boot stores, just like flea markets, similar thing, looking for Transformers, because they weren't in shops anymore. Although, to be fair, we got Transformers for a little longer than you guys. There were G1 toys still that came out in Europe specifically and in the UK that were this is before Generation 2. I'm moving around in my head a lot here, but yeah, I was desperate for Transformers still all the way through my teenage years, so trying to find that thing that I loved when I was really little, and that emotional connection I had to those toys and specifically the cartoon series and movie. I was never really a big reader as a kid, so I didn't really read the comics. I had a few, I just didn't really read them. You know what I mean? But yeah, I guess that's my history with Transformers in a nutshell. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, I agree. It's just got like, and you could tell they really tried to. It still shocks me it didn't make a lot of money, but because it's just an amazing film. But TJ, what do you think of this movie?
I think I echo everybody else with my experience with Transformers the movie, and it being one of the few movies, maybe because I've watched it so many times, but it being one of the few movies from my childhood that I like vividly remember. You know how people ask, do you remember where you were when this happened? And I remember walking out of the movie theater. I love this story. I walked out of the movie theater when Prime died because I was angry. I was mad. I was about to go home. I was through with this movie, but I was 8 and I didn't drive. So eventually I went back and sat in the movie theater and finished the movie. And it turned out to be okay. But like over time, as I got older and matured, I learned to appreciate the movie for what it was. I even met this guy Fable. This guy Fable told me that I should take it easy on Hot Rod. And so like after like 40 years, I finally me and Hot Rod put this make believe beef behind us. But no,
I don't know about you, but I feel like in my teen years, particularly, I was really rough on Hot Rod. Like when I was a teenager, I was like, "Fuck that guy."
I was too.
I've mellowed now. He was trying his best. Didn't work out.
Yeah, but I really liked the movie. I'm curious because I don't remember the trailer from when I was little. So I've seen the movie trailer a couple of times since then, and I'm really interested in the story of the. Am I still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think DVH froze.
Okay. I'm like, did everybody freeze? Am I in the Matrix? Okay. So the trailer is wildly different, at least from color schemes and things like that, from the movie. And so I've heard bits and pieces of why it's different, but that's interesting to me. I agree with DVH wholeheartedly that the effects of the movie, especially killing Optimus Prime, I actually think that it did wonders for Prime's character and Prime's popularity. Like I don't know if the Transformers brand stays around like it has if Prime dying and us being so obsessed with that one event didn't bring us back and have us talk about it forever and ever and ever. Like Peter Cullen, who I hope to see again one day somewhere live, but he is living and eating good because of Prime's popularity, and I believe that's because Prime died, and like that's why Prime doesn't go anywhere in the movies. What was that? The second Transformers movie, I forget. Revenge of the Fallen. When Prime dies,
I was gonna say he's died so many times since.
But
Yeah,
that's true. But like modern day, I don't worry about him not coming back. I don't worry about not seeing Prime again because I believe the studios are like, we cannot permanently. We can harm him. We can take him out. We can do the thing with Skybound that they just did. In case anybody hadn't read that in like 3 months, they can do that thing. But eventually, we're always going to come back, because if not, the fans are going to break out the pitchforks and torches again.
Yeah.
And they're gonna come for us. Now,
goes to show
side
the difference in how they used to treat IP and how they treat IP now. Like, because back then they killed Optimus Prime without a blink of an eye. They didn't care. He was just a toy to them. He hadn't, like, they didn't understand that everybody cared so much of
that was like you just killed like 20 million children's father figure.
Yeah.
It's like
they
George Lucas,
they didn't respect the lore of Prime and how Prime had crawled into the hearts of so many.
It would have been like George Lucas killing Luke Skywalker in Empire Strikes Back.
But I would also say it's a way of taking away all the hope, right? Because Prime is Prime. You expect Prime to do what he got to do and win the day. So when you take him away, it's like, oh shit, how are these guys gonna get? Yeah, it raises the stakes.
Raises the stakes
so much.
Like,
absolutely. In the context of that movie, it really draws a line in the sand right there. It was like, oh shit, everything
it's
is
real.
Like even before.
Also, go ahead,
TJ.
No. You go ahead, and I go.
Okay, I was just going to say, even before Prime gets killed, you have a scene where they go in there and kill like 4 Autobots, and then and at Megatron, just like cold blooded, just shoots one right in the face. Says some of the most cold blooded stuff you can say to somebody before you shoot him. And
heroic nonsense.
We were already like this. Nobody's safe in this movie. Nobody's safe in this movie.
What I do think, and this just dawned on me now, I don't know how many movies or how many franchises had the element of the mantle or whatever of the main character being passed along and being passed forward. Like, no, of course G.I. Joe had to have leaders before and afterwards, but I don't think that was in the forefront of people's minds. Like where's the leadership come from for Duke and who's gonna be the leader afterwards? Like the mantle of Prime, I think, was kind of unique at the time, and now it's kind of a part of storytelling in general.
Yeah.
I think I have an idea of where that comes from, and it's because it's a traditionally Japanese thing to get rid of the central character, like the big hero, and in a new series you just have a new one, to the point where in Transformers, when they brought him back in the Rebirth or the 4th season, they didn't air that in Japan. And they made a special called Granville City. It's like a 45-minute shot on straight to video. And then after that, in like 3 episodes of the next season in Japan, they kill off Optimus Prime again, and they just have a new like leader for the Autobots at that point. And that's fairly traditional for Japanese storytelling.
So I wonder if the Japanese are like looking at these silly Americans and these silly Westerners, and they're crying over Optimus Prime. We've moved on. We're used to this. Like y'all won't let your leader die in peace, and you're just showing your behinds everywhere. We're used to moving on, y'all, and you Americans are just overly emotional.
That might be. You never know. Go ahead.
One thing I want to say before we get too far, I don't want to derail us, but y'all, you guys mentioned RoboCop and And the movies and the toys that made us on Netflix
Yeah.
are great explorations into both. I watched the RoboCop one a couple of days ago on the movies that made us, and of course I've watched the Transformers episode of the toys that made us like 3 or 4 times already.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a really good series, by the way, about that. Like you get like I like the one on He-Man too, was pretty good.
Yeah.
But like as far as like the thumbnail for my show tonight, I don't know that I really believe that. I was kind of being hyperbolic, and clickbaity, because I'll be honest with you, there's a couple other movies that were pretty more traumatic to me. Like, look, I grew up, I was 10 years old and I was allowed to see Nightmare on Elm Street. So that's damn near more traumatic to a 10-year-old than seeing Optimus. Like, I hated to see Optimus die. I was like, why would you do that? But like we were saying earlier, like Fable said, the stakes, it raises the stakes. It's kind of like, this is probably a terrible comparison, but like, it's like when you watch Scream for the first time and you see Drew Barrymore on the screen, you're like, oh, it's Drew Barrymore. She's going to be fine. She's a big star, right? Or surely they're not going to kill her off now, right? Boom, she's gone. We can go all the way back to Hitchcock. We got what's her name in Psycho? No, he ain't going to kill Janet Leigh off. Janet Leigh's a big star. This is the star of the movie. Nope, she's gone. That's it. So it raises the stake. Yeah, Ron. Psycho did give me nightmares for sure. And
speaking of Duke, and they're not going to kill him off. Shout out to Channing Tatum.
There you go, Channing. But like we got. Oh, by the way, the poll is 100% Falcon. Because like I was talking about Falcon, like I don't know how he became a Green Beret, because he's the worst. He's the worst Green Beret I've ever seen. But anyway, Jeff, this is where we're going to pick our favorite characters, and there's a lot to choose from. We got a great voice cast this film. We've got Eric Idle from Monty Python fame as the voice of one of the robots in this movie. Of course, Peter Cullen, but then we got Orson Welles does a voice in this movie. Judd Nelson, too. Yeah, Casey Kasem, Spock, Leonard Nimoy is in this movie. So we got a lot of amazing voice actors. Robert Stack. Every time I see him, every time I heard him talk, I'm like, oh no, he's going to talk about somebody getting murdered again.
Unsolved mysteries.
But yeah, we got a lot of great voice actors. But so we got to pick one each. You can pick more than one, but just like everybody else a chance first. So Jeff, is there a cast or a member or a character? I mean, we should say character because it's animated. A character. What's your favorite character? What are your favorite characters in this film?
Mine's going to be short and sweet because ever since I fell in love with Transformers, Soundwave has been my dude. Soundwave is my favorite character. Of course, I love Prime. Prime is he's just an integral part of the whole thing. Period. But so he's almost like ingrained. Like I don't feel like I can choose Prime because Prime's everybody's. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what I feel like. But after that, I love Soundwave's design. I love his loyalty. Even though Megatron's a bad guy, Soundwave is like, I don't know, he's the perfect lieutenant. You know what I mean? He's loyal. Ask no bullshit questions. Like, no, that's the wrong thing to do. He just takes care of business. And he's got Ravage and Laserbeak, and I don't know. He's just talk about freaking character design, man. Soundwave, my guy. No longer than I thought it would.
All right. That's all right. Favorite character.
That's great. I love when Megatron is all fucked up on the floor and Soundwave passes him. He's like, I still function. He's like,
yeah,
command Megatron, picks him up. Yeah, he is definitely loyal to the end.
Hey,
my favorite character in this film, and there's a lot to pick from. I even debated on whether it was Unicron, because I think Orson Welles puts in a hell of a voice performance for Unicron. Some of the lines he utters are just Shakespearean to me. I don't know. It's something about the way he delivers his lines. But my favorite character is Ultra Magnus. I love Ultra Magnus. I love Robert Stack as Ultra Magnus. If Prime was going to die, right? And I know they gave it to Hot Rod, and that was the point of the story. You know, we had the young rookie coming up or whatever. But if we had to pick a leader, the next guy up, shit, wouldn't it be Ultra Magnus? Look at the guy. He's like prime. He's like prime on steroids, dude. You know what I mean? He's like twice the size of Prime. He has the fucking the what do you call it? The gear things. I mean, he's got the look. He commands respect, and I think Ultra Magnus is absolutely my favorite character in this movie. I wish there's a part of me that would have wanted him to be the chosen one, him to get the matrix of leadership and continue on as leader, but it is what it is. I understood why they did it, but I think Ultra Magnus is definitely the B to Optimus Prime's A.
So, Fable, are you trying to say that Ultra Magnus, he had the touch?
Yeah, Ultra Magnus.
No
And it was
intended.
sad. It was sad because when he had the Matrix and he was like light our darkest hour, and he was like, open, damn it, open, and the shit wouldn't open for him. I was
that
so
has
bad for him.
that has to suck when you get to that point and you realize that this is not their darkest hour, even though it's your darkest hour.
Right.
And you are not the guy.
Yeah, that's got to suck.
You
Chad,
bro.
Chad, what's your favorite character you want to highlight?
Actually, I want to do two, just real small ones. And in such a like serious movie, like I realize it's animated and they're robots in disguise or whatever, but like we're dealing with basically genocidal maniacs. And like you pointed out, there was many execution style killings in this that even I was just like, holy shit. Like this is pretty brutal. Like Mobland hit kind of shit. Just like, whoo. All right. So Retgar, voiced by Eric Idle. That was great, man. I'm a big Monty Python fan, and him just like doing the riffs of like infomercial shit. Like I could listen to that for an hour. Just like sell me shit. It's fun. And the other one would be Blur. Like he only has a couple lines, but it's just fun, and he's like going around getting shit done. So
yep. I call him Methobot. He's not an Autobot.
Methobot.
He's not
the Micro Machines guy.
Yeah, it's the Micro Machines voice guy. Like, we're talking about the Micro Machines. Who got the Micro Machines? Yeah, that's some good picks there. DVH, who was the character you would highlight?
Okay, well, obviously Prime goes without saying, but before I get to it, actually, on the subject of Ultra Magnus, there's a couple of interesting things that I thought I'd pick out. If you watch the original trailer for Transformers the movie, he has a completely different color scheme. He's red and blue. And the reason for that is the original toy was from the Diaclone series in Japan, and they hadn't realized they were going to change the coloring for the characters. So in that original trailer, it has the Diaclone color palette. The other thing is that when they wrote the scripts for the film, Ultra Magnus, they hadn't picked which toy they were going to use from Diaclone to do it. So they designed a character from scratch. And I've seen the original images of the character that they designed, and it was rejected, and they used the Diaclone, like I mentioned. But they went on to repurpose that design for the original design for, what's the episode called? Is it the Key to Vector Sigma, where they go back in time in G1, and basically it's Orion Pax. The design of the character is for Ultra Magnus. His original design is Orion Pax, which I think is a really intriguing little tidbit.
Yeah.
But I mean, Megatron is my other guy. If Optimus Prime is like, I love Megatron. Like I'm always big fan of heels. So like, and the thing about Megatron, I think that really resonated to me as a kid is that he wasn't like Skeletor or Shredder or any of the other villains. Like he was terrifying. Like you took Megatron seriously, and then he killed a bunch of motherfuckers. Like in the movie, he doesn't present himself as a joke. There's nothing funny about that guy. He's an actual dictator that wants to genocide a whole like species of people to get his way.
Yep.
Megatron's more cold and calculating versus like if you look at Cobra Commander, say he's kind of he has doofus moments. Megatron don't really have doofus moments. He's there to fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Well, they leave that part to Starscream to be kind of the comic relief, like unlike
I've got an opinion that that's the way a leader of bad guys should be. Like it's okay to have the goofballs, but you need the head, the top of the structure to be threatening, or else it doesn't work, does it? I mean, why should we be intimidated by a blundering idiot? Like, it doesn't.
Yeah, that's why I kind of like Cobra Commander in the comics better. He was so ruthless, but like in the they made him
different.
Like,
he different in Energon, baby.
Yeah, he's totally different. TJ, what's a character you'd like to highlight?
Okay, first, how is Cobra Commander in the Marvel comics? Is he more serious, or is he closer to what we expect in the cartoons?
The comic. He's very serious. He doesn't joke around. He's always stabbing people in the back. He kind of does that in the cartoon, though. But he does like.
But they don't make a clown of him like the cartoon does a little bit.
Yeah, he does never retreat. He never retreats or anything like that. He was like a used car salesman. That Cobra Law thing, Larry Hama did not like that. Like when they did that Cobra la 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 la, he said, "I refuse. That's where I draw the line. I'm not putting that in this comic book." That's the only time. That's the only time he drew the line. Although he did do that with Condor or whatever his name is, the guy with the wings. He put him in the book because they told him to, but he made him like a ridiculous moron. That Cobra Commander's like, "Get this bird cosplayer out of my office now!" Like he's just like freaking out.
Okay, all right. So my favorite, because I feel like I've always been the old man of the group, even when I was younger.
Let's go.
Cup has always been my guy. I love Cup, and I like it. I like him because he's cranky old man, but I also love older people and stories, and I love the fact that even though Hot Rod's kind of annoying at the beginning of the movie, like he received that he has a respect for Hot Rod. You get that on Planet Quintessa after he gets kind of eaten by the octopus or whatever. And by the time Hot Rod becomes Rodimus Prime, he's like, "I knew you had potential, lad." Like, so I really, 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 still to this day, Cup is my number 2 out of that movie. After Optimus Prime.
It's very much a coming of age story for Hot Rod, and you need Cup to facilitate that. Really,
he's the salty vet with the experience given the guidance. But he's not being too nice to him. He's letting him mess up. You know.
Yeah, I love the relationship in this movie. It's really great. That was my pick actually. So you took my pick. But, I'm going to give a shout out to because I've been reading Void Rivals, the Quintesson leader. They're like the way the faces move. Now, that's not the only one though, but I think that somebody should have called Child Protective Services on Spike, because why is Daddy why is this little kid in all this danger of all these horrible killer robots everywhere, and he's just like, here, let's let Daniel run around. It's cool. He'll be all right. And but also a big shout out to probably and I get this was his debut. Unicron. What a, oh my
Unicron,
God,
man.
what a
Hell
character.
yeah.
What a character. Oh my God. I mean, like, I kind of got Galactus vibes from him.
Exactly.
I also get kind of the Ego, the Living
Ego.
Planet kind of vibe, or what is the Green Lantern planet? You know, there's a planet.
Oa.
Yeah. There's like a
No. Was is it Mogo?
Mogo.
Or is it Oa?
Mogo. That's right, Mogo. Mogo has got, like, he's the only planet to be a Green Lantern. It's kind of crazy, but Green Lantern kind of crazy though. That's
Nice.
I still vividly remember the first time I saw Unicron transform. Because, like, it never occurred to me.
That he's also a transformer.
I never occurred to me he was a giant fucking demon-looking thing. Like,
oh yeah, here I got a good shot of his face here. Like, see, it's just like, you know what I get. You know what it kind of reminds me
like
of,
a
though?
Fu Manchu.
No, it kind of no, seriously. It reminds me of something you would have saw in, like, that movie Shogun Assassin.
Like a kabuki.
It looks like a samurai.
Samurai.
Or a
evil
kabuki
samurai.
mask.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and like what I like was too, when he's in his planet form, when you hear his voice, that beam comes out of his chest.
Comes out.
It's just so, and the voice of Orson Welles, and I know they did some effects on his voice, but you can still tell it's Orson Welles.
What did he say to Megatron?
Also,
I find your bargaining position dubious.
Dialogue. Some of Orson Welles' dialogue was done by Leonard Nimoy, because Orson Welles passed away in the process of making it.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a 60-50 split.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. But he also represents, like, to me, he has that Galactus feel, but not only because he's big, but because he's ancient. He's something that like, you could probably predates anything on Cybertron for millions of years. You know, he's something. He's from the bowels of the universe. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense.
Yeah. Now, I got a question though. This is when they're inside of him, right? And they're fighting him. They're fighting, and they hit something with one of their lasers, and all this water comes out. Did they hit his bladder or something? I don't understand. Water. But it doesn't matter. It's just a movie. It's just a movie about giant robots.
Well, did that make the little vat that Spike almost fell in? Did that make that stomach acid?
That could have been, I guess, like something like that. But still,
indigestion.
I still don't know why Spike didn't have his kids somewhere in a daycare.
It was the weekend. I don't know if it was confirmed, but it was the weekend.
All right.
And he had joint custody. It was his turn.
Right.
Where's his kid's mama at? So I want to know. All right. Now we're going to get into the style and structure of this film. I kind of briefly talked about it. We're talking about the animation feel of it. But Jeff, actually, you know what? I'm going to go backwards this time, and I'll start with TJ. What do you think of the style and structure of this movie?
I really, now that we mentioned it, I do really appreciate the way they kind of made sure that they hid, like now we're probably smart enough to kind of catch on to it, but they hid the fact that Hot Rod would actually be Rodimus Prime by showing his youth and using Cup to, and then they kind of grew Hot Rod up through Cup. And so I kind of enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the way, and it's probably because I love the soundtrack. I really love the way that the music made the movie move. I don't think there's many parts of the movie where you don't have one of our favorite songs playing for like 80-85% of the movie. So that's what I really grabbed onto is how they kind of hid Hot Rod, but also dropped like little breadcrumbs of Hot Rod being Rodimus Prime, and how the music affected the movie.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, and we'll get into more of the music later, but yeah, I like how they kind of like, it's kind of like a hero's journey, right? It's kind of like, it reminds me of Luke Skywalker a little bit, right? Like you got,
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
you got Optimus dies, and then even though Cup's kind of like his mentor, kind of like Yoda or something, maybe.
Like
Yeah.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah, and like, well, he's kind of rash too. Like, you know, like Yoda's always saying, this kid's going to get himself killed. You know, he's just too rash. He wants to go off and do on his own. You know, he's got to go save his friends. You know, because like, and I know we all vilified Hot Rod, but he was in his mind, he was doing the right thing. DVH, he was just trying to help. DVH, what do you think of the style and structure of this movie?
Well, you know, the back of the box art of G1 toys, you had those amazing, like, airbrushed and hand painted images with the massive battle scenes. Transformers the movie is the closest thing to an animated version of those backgrounds. It's spectacularly well animated. I absolutely love the detail in the cityscape of Autobot City, or the Junkion planet, or everything about it looks amazing. It's got a real depth of field to it, which you didn't really get so much in the G1 cartoon, because the animation was done very quickly in Korea and Japan, so it's hit and miss in that regard. The animation is utterly superb. In the private chat, I put a link to a lengthy-ish video from The Basics. I don't know if you're aware of The Basics, but it's all about Transformers. The Basics is a channel about Transformers. It's The Basics on Transformers. But that's
Was it Chris McFeely?
Yeah, McFeely.
Yeah.
That video I put the link to is about the previous drafts of the Transformers the movie script, and it runs through all the sort of iterations before the movie that we got.
Yeah.
And I think it's well worth you looking into if you're at all interested in this movie. Because
I put it in the chat for everybody else too, if they want to click on it.
Fantastic. How they get to the point where they got to from the first initial one is wow, because it is a different movie, and it's pretty spectacular. Structurally, I think the movie is exceptionally well balanced, in my opinion. It's a funny one because all six of us love this movie, so we can't have really a debate on whether it works or not, because we all but like, I think it works really well. I would say that one of the stumbling blocks ish, if I put myself in the position of someone from the 80s, is you're killing off all the recognizable characters after giving them to us for like 15-20 minutes, and then going, now you've got to like these guys, and you do need quite a lot of time to care about those characters, because you're still thinking about Optimus Prime being dead, let's be honest. And it's so there is a bit of me that thinks it works better on replay rather than on first watch, because you're probably just still thinking about Optimus Prime having died and everybody else being executed. That's just me playing devil's advocate with someone that might not be as like in love with the movie.
Yeah.
But I think it's fantastic.
What you just said is pretty close to how I experienced it first time watching it in the movie theater as, I don't know, 6 years old, whatever. I don't. But those that was a definite thing. It was like a shock to your system. Oh, didn't see that coming. What the fuck? And there were I seen other kids in the theater with wet eyes over it.
Would it be? It could also, I guess, it also be considered a misdirection. Like, you're not going to like think about, well, who's going to take over, because you're like, damn, they killed Optimus Prime.
I mean, absolutely, and they actually give you the new leader straight away. They give it to Ultra Magnus. Yeah. As far as you know, he is the new.
Yeah.
Well, and not only do they do they take away Optimus, but they also present this new villain that's greater than anything they've ever seen before. So you've got the greatest loss on one side and the greatest obstacle on the other side in like a 3 or 4 minute span.
Yeah, exactly. And but there's so many great things that's in the movie like that. Like just I don't know. But it's just like we're just this has ended up just being a glaze fest. Like we were joking the other night
That's
I
right.
knew it
That's
would be.
right.
I knew it would be.
on pop culture philosophers the other night. We reviewed This Is Spinal Tap, and we're like, we were going to tell you right now it's going to be a glaze fest because none of us hate this movie.
this
So
is this is not a safe space if you don't enjoy this movie.
oh man.
But
All right.
I will say one more thing, and I'll be quiet. But what DVA said about kind of killing off the main characters we love and rushing in new people, and kind of the word we use now, shoehorning in people.
Yeah.
That pretty much worked in the 80s. Can you imagine if they did that with a popular property today? Like that they make a movie and they kind of what's the other word that I hate people using? Bait and switch. If they bait and if they like we've heard the word bait and switch a million times, and it's usually a negative connotation.
Yeah.
We would not have let that go in 2026 the way we let it go in 1986.
No.
Well, that's why I say it's so bold in its choices, because they relied on the likability of the new characters they were introducing.
Yeah, they were
right. They really banked on it, and man, they did it. They did it. Well, it's not easy to pull that shit off.
We talked about this last week, and somebody left a comment on my G.I. Joe the movie review, and they said, "Well, it would be like what they did with Optimus. It would be like having a SpongeBob SquarePants movie and killing SpongeBob off in the first 15 minutes of the movie."
So, yeah, because had I been
you would have never heard the end of it.
Had I been an executive at Hasbro and you came to me and you said, "Hey, listen, we got to make room for the new toys and we got to kill off all these people, and we're gonna do it in the first fucking 20 minutes and we're gonna introduce this whole new cast," I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, that's great, but I don't know if we should do that." You know.
Yeah.
By the way, here, go pee in this cup really quick. I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like what they talk about when I talk to Dan Jurgens, and he's at Heroes Con. He's talking about them killing Superman. He's like, and Jerry Ordway just said, "Let's just kill him." Like, okay, we might as well try it, I guess. Chad, what do you think of the style and structure of this movie?
Stylistically, I love it. Watching it just was a nostalgic trip, man. Like, brought me back to fighting over the VCR with my sister. You know, like I don't want to watch fucking Care Bears or whatever else you did anymore. I want to watch Transformers or Robotech or Nausicaa or like, you know, something cool, He-Man, like whatever. Stylistically, yeah, the animation is beautiful. Like, man, like the transformation scene when Omicron puts Megatron into Galvatron and like that is fucking mind blowing. Yeah. Like I'm watching modern animated shows and they don't compare whatsoever. Like just beautiful, right? And this is done by hand, so I appreciate it even more. I know a human did that.
Yep.
Story wise, I appreciate it so much. They didn't treat us like idiots back then. There wasn't no running narrator to explain everything, and this is like complex shit, genocide and all these different themes of governmental bodies and each robot had its own arc, complexity, and character, right? Like it wasn't just this, you know, panacea. Every bad robot acted this way, every good robot acted this way. Like everybody had a character. Like it was complex, right? As opposed to nowadays, and you wonder why people don't get nuance. Well, when your stories don't have that, there you go. Structure wise, I thought it fit together well. You got a bunch of different backdrops, right? You've got the moon planets, you've got the junk planet, you've got Omicron, and it's not jarring. It fits together well, and yeah, we'll keep the glazing continue. On to Fable.
All right, Fable. Same question.
Well, stylistically, I think it's impeccable. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's well animated, has beautiful effects that I'd love to see more in cartoons today. I mean, they have this like glowing, I don't know what to call it, like this glowing thing that you see in the electronics or you see in explosions or like Matt said when Unicron talks, that beam of light, things, little things like that, little techniques, animation techniques that I just think are beautiful. I love how, because this movie jumps 30 years into the future, which is another bold choice, right?
Yeah.
Another bold choice is jumping 30 years into the future and having Spike be a grown man. I mean, that totally is some of it. And he has his own son. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy talk. Like, but just the look, we're used to seeing our Transformers looking a little boxy, right? They have car parts hanging off of them. Their chests are the roofs of cars. They have the doors as their wings and wheels on their arms and things like that. This is a whole new style. A whole new style. It's more rounded. It's more human-like, right? Look at RC. Look at Springer. Look at all the designs, the Sharktacons and the Quintessons and Unicron. Like, look at their designs. It's way different than what the original G1 cast looks like. Designing this galaxy of sentient robot beings that aren't Cybertronians, right? Like the first planet they go to, it's a whole nother planet. I thought that was Cybertron in the beginning when Unicron ate that planet, and it wasn't. It was a whole nother planet. It was a whole nother race of sentient robotic beings. So just the design of it is fantastic. Structure wise, I think it's really tight, man. Really tight. In an hour and a half, they tell their story. They get in and out. They introduce the big bads. They introduce the hero's journey, and then they conquer whatever it is they got to conquer, right? And they got not one but two villains in this movie. You got Unicron, yeah. You also got Galvatron, and Galvatron ain't no freaking joke either. He's no walking.
No, he's not.
You know, he's easily 10 times crazier than Megatron. Easily. Like, he's a nutcase, that dude.
And he remains a nutcase.
Yeah. And like Flash was saying, the music moves it along at a breakneck pace. Like, it just never stops. It's like one big music video, but all the music matches so perfectly. I mean, I don't know a child that has seen this movie, even more so if you're a fan of the Transformers, that didn't go crazy when Optimus Prime said Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost. And he transformed, and that song came on, bro. Your heart just swelled, and you were like, yes, kill these Decepticons. Show them how it's done. I mean,
it's just near perfect.
Yeah, it's inspirational.
The juxtaposition in slow motion with the music, it all comes in together, and it's, somebody might say it was cheesy if they were soulless, but it worked.
It was perfectly really cheesy.
You emote.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah,
and even if you aren't diehards and you don't know a lot about Transformers the movie, even regular civilians know that scene and know the music when it comes on. They
for sure. Stan Bush, that track, man, is just just brings something out of you, man. I don't care who you are.
So much so that the cover band Cybertronic Spree is still rocking and rolling, and will probably make a living off of this for another 15, 20 years at least.
Yeah.
It's a classic. It's a classic rock ballad. It's an 80s rock ballad done just produced perfectly.
Yeah.
E-Man's in the chat, and he said it's the perfect movie. Enough said, fight me.
Yeah, 100%.
And,
I was gonna say when it was my turn, I was gonna say refer to E-Man's comment.
Cool. You got the Galvatron. I like the Galvatron design. I like all design. But well, before I go on though, Jeff, what do you think of the style and structure? Hey, Kevin, Entropy, how you doing?
Yeah, it just took me for a ride being a little kid with all this, and like how it progresses, like everyone's already gone over. You get the tension because all the stuff going on with the Unicron all of a sudden attacking Cybertron, and what's going on with Cybertron. They got to try to get the message to Prime that they need help. All this stuff, tension is building, and like you said, then you get that perfect moment, and you're off balance already because characters you've known and rode with for all these years watching the cartoons were blasted off in the first couple of minutes. You're like, oh, okay, this is different. You know what I mean? This ain't like the cartoon, but it is the cartoon.
It's not just that they kill them; it's that they kill them with like completely mercilessly.
Just pop, 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 and you're like,
Ironhide to me was nearly as big a character to
yes,
like
right.
So that happens, and then you get like, that happens. Then you get that carpet ride, that magic moment with Prime flying through the air, just going boom, dropped you, boom, dropped you.
Yeah.
And then you get the end where Megatron almost gets killed. So you get your kind of your moment of, okay, all right, things are back to the way they should be. Things progress. Prime freaking dies, and you're like, what? Now you're off balance. Now you're all fucked up because you have no safety net. The one that saves the day is gone now. Yeah. And now this guy is supposed to be the new one. It didn't work for me as a kid. I was like, nah, I don't feel like they're safe like they were before. Sorry, bro. I just don't feel that way. But I'll ride with you because I'm here, but I don't feel safe. we ain't hard no more. We're not hard no more. We need somebody.
And then we're all like Spike. Oh shit. What do we do now?
Exactly.
It's just you can't unplug him and plug somebody else in. Sorry, you just can't.
Oh, that's the other difference between the UK and the US version. They took that line out for the UK.
They took it out.
Yeah, but when it was released over here, so we've got the scroll of credit, of talking at the start, and the oh shit, what we're gonna do now is completely
yeah.
But
I like how when
it came out. It's in there now, obviously.
Okay.
I mean, I love the style. The styles. What the guys that did that animation loved what they do. They put love into it. You could tell because it was just above what you would see on cartoons after school or Saturday morning cartoons or whatever. You got a more premium experience, and I like how Rodimus Prime and Galvatron had to be created, and they both had to progress on this track until you get to the very end. They have to meet and have their battle. So I thought that was pretty clever how they tied those two incidents together.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a different experience than the cartoon, but it was still great. But it was a shock to the system being so young and dealing with all those adult themes. Father figures being fucking killed, brothers and sisters being killed. You're like, hey, that hurts, man. I wasn't ready.
I was like when he shoots Ironhide, he's like, such heroic nonsense.
Yeah, brutal, just brutal.
And look, and we're all used to even now we're used to the bad guys having terrible aim, and the good guys being the sharpshooters, and they totally flipped that around. And the good on the ship, the good guys couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, but they took those blasts.
Yep.
And no, Tat, I don't think they were trying to say they wrote the theme. They were trying to do a poor cover of that Stan Bush song, is what it was. And I'll never forget Mark Wahlberg singing out of key. That's hilarious, though. You got the touch. Was part of it's done by anime company. That's why. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. It's top notch. Yeah, it had a lot of trauma in it, but it's like a great. Hey Trev, how you doing, Trev? Now I'm going to go into like I won't say much, but like, I don't think there's many degrees of separation from this film and Vampire Hunter D, and Akira and Fist of the North Star, and all these great animes that came out in the '80s. It's because of the animation house that did it. Just the artwork, like a lot of those backdrops are painted, and like it's just so carefully taken care of. The way you can tell, there's a lot of care done in these characters. They create worlds. We got the Sharkticons, that whole junk world, that junk planet.
Yeah.
All that stuff had never been seen before in Transformers. So, and then of course Unicron, the design. I don't know who the genius was that come up with that design, but like chef's kiss. And also it's just a great. It doesn't really slow down a lot. It's like the pacing's pretty good. Now when they get on the planet for a little while, it's like maybe they could have trimmed maybe a couple of minutes, but it still works. And I don't know. The only thing that was like a continuity thing that bothered me was like, okay, they were able to put. How come they were able to put Ultra Magnus back together, but they couldn't save Optimus?
Yeah,
Right.
because
They didn't
so I was about to say they were there. It's kind of the difference between saying a person had some kind of traumatic accident at the hospital, or the person had a traumatic thing but like I don't even know if they knew about. I don't even know if Cup seemed like he knows everything, but besides that, I don't even know if they know about the planet of junk at the time Optimus kind of gets hurt, or if they knew the capabilities, even if they knew about the planet of junk.
You know what? They should have took some of that little like glue or whatever I don't know what it was, turtle wax or something, that magic turtle wax.
Turtle wax.
Yeah.
Buff it out. Buff the blast out.
Yeah, but now we're going to talk about the music, and now the one thing about this music is like that soundtrack is just on point. We got The Touch by Stan Bush. We got Vince DiCola. We got what's that one called? Kick Axe. We also got Weird Al singing "Dare to Be
Stupid."
Scene, and then like Hunger. Like I can't remember which one, because I'm not good with the names, but the song when Hot Rod is driving up to the lookout point.
Dare.
Dare.
That song goes hard.
Also Stan Bush. Yeah.
Yeah. Dare goes hard. That song
goes really hard. Yeah.
That's just amazing. And the way they shot it with him going up the hill with a kid in it, and you got Daniel in the car with him. And just great. And I kind of want that Hot Rod figure where he's got the fishing pole.
Yeah, another point to your CPS thing, like they just smooth right over that the kid could have died on that rocket glider thing.
Yeah.
Like, he just bashes right into a rock and then goes flying. Like, yeah, let's ride in style.
But if you're gonna ride, Dano, ride in style.
Yeah, but he had the hoverboard, man. Come on, he had the hoverboard.
And that was to, I think, Fable's point about putting this 20-some odd years in the future. And I do this with like every future movie. Your Back to the Futures, your Transformers, the movie. Like we have let our past dreamers down. We're supposed to have a lot of these things that they talked about us having.
Yeah.
Now 15, 20 years ago, we still don't have the hoverboard yet. But then Unicron also hasn't come to get us yet. So I guess that's a good trade-off.
Yeah, thank God. Even saying, arguably the greatest soundtrack of the '80s. Now I would say it's in the top 5 for sure.
Yeah,
we have a lot of great things like the Breakfast Club soundtrack. I'll even say the Top Gun soundtrack. Fast Times at Ridgemont High soundtrack was pretty, but yeah, it's up there with those in my opinion. I know I'm leaving some out, so I'll apologize for that later. But
I would say for an animated '80s animated film, hands down.
Yeah,
number one.
I mean they got
Yeah.
some just flat out like bangers on it. You know, it's just like man, they spent all the music budget on this, so my G.I. Joe movie
Yeah.
only got didn't get
The
shit.
intro.
So yeah,
You know what? The intro, I will still say, and I upset, and it's Top Gun's anniversary this week too. But I upset the Top Gun fans because I told the Top Gun fans on TikTok maybe 2 years ago that the G.I. Joe intro song was better than the Top Gun intro, and they tried to get me. They tried to make me walk the plank, but I held my ground. I love that G.I. Joe intro.
yeah.
It's menacing.
But you know, it's not just the song the songs with lyrics in this movie. It's the score.
Yeah.
Just like and not just the score, but the sound effects they use for the
I think
everything
that's
happens. It's
what I
just
was gonna
amazing.
say about it is the Vince DiCola's score blends so seamlessly with the Stan Bush and all the actual like songs that are used that the score is perfect. I mean, it works so well together. And you were right when you said earlier that it's there's no downtime in it. Like that score is all the way through.
Keeps going,
yeah.
Keeps going.
Perfect.
Yeah, I watch it at least once a week. Cobra. Jeff, what do you think? I forgot. I kind of forgot where I was at. All of a sudden.
We're just going around.
It's all. I think it's all been said, but yeah, I mean,
music,
you
what do you
got
think
the
of the music,
touch. It gets a 10. You know, you got the touch and all the good songs. And again, I go back to the scene everybody talks about when Prime dies and then it goes gray. Even the music during that time, and the sounds.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. It's like not only are we going to stab you in the heart, we're going to give it a little twist with the music so you really feel it. You know what I mean?
Well, like I'm sorry, I apologize because I got so excited when we did this. We were going to review this movie that even though I picked it, I was like, I can't wait to talk about the music. So I kind of talked too much about it. So I apologize. But Fable, what do you think of the music? Although we've already been talking about it. So
yeah, I mean, I think, like I said before, I think it's one of the best soundtracks ever to any film. Period. I mean, I would put it up there with a bunch of stuff, animated or not animated. You know,
and when you say it's a good example of how music can enhance a good movie and make it even better.
Oh yeah, 100%. You take the music out of this, and it's still okay, but it's nowhere near as good. It's like Star Wars. I say that about Star Wars. Star Wars, the first Star Wars. You take that John Williams soundtrack out, and you're just watching a bunch of shit happening on screen.
Absolutely.
That music, those sound effects, yeah, they totally enhance the film. Much love to Vince DiCola. I wish he would have gotten way more work. He did do the soundtrack to Rocky IV, which makes that movie freaking awesome.
Oh yeah.
The training montage in Rocky IV.
It was. I didn't realize that until maybe either last year or year before last, and I caught on like, wait a minute, is my Transformer soundtrack playing in Rocky? What is this going on? I did not know until a couple of years ago.
A synth god, in my opinion. Synth god. The boy, he's just a synth genius. Correct me if I'm wrong, my other Transformers experts here, but some of the bands that played on this soundtrack, they went by another cover name because I guess they were embarrassed to be a part of this film.
Yeah, the band NRG, that did Instruments of Destruction, they were a Canadian band that had a completely different name.
Yeah,
I think it's because the record label wanted them to change it rather than them.
Yeah, there was something up with that. Spectre General, that's another band name. That's not a real name. Not a real band. But it's probably a band you're very familiar with on the low. We just don't even know. I always wanted to know the mystery of who the guys are who really sung these songs because they're incredible. They're freaking rocking.
Somebody out there knows, I'm sure. It's got to be.
Yeah, they're rocking. I mean, I knew I was in for a good time musically the second that Lion Transformers theme comes in, that boom, ba boom, boom, ba, boom, ba, and then those freaking guitars come in. I was like, holy shit!
And as you see in my intro video tonight, that like the title comes flying into the screen, and then
and it just doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. So yeah, the soundtrack, man, tops, man, one of the best.
Hey, okay, Chad, I know you. I'm pretty sure you're a musician. So, what do you think of the music in this?
Oh yeah, love it. And then of course, since 80s thrash is one of my favorite genres, 80s period, really. I absolutely love that. The variety, like it, a lot of it is kind of like pump up, like 80s montage music, like Survivor kind of type stuff. Eye of the Tiger, that kind of pump you up stuff. But then that one was like a Devo song on the Trash Planet.
Weird Al
Yankovic, Dare to Be Stupid. Yeah.
You better squeeze all the Charmin you can while Mr. Whiffle's not around. Like, and I was a big Weird Al fan too around that time.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was Weird Al, man. But it brought me back. The soundtrack or the score itself was pretty brilliant. The way it fit together, it brought another like emotional depth to the scenes. Like it made it feel even more important.
Yeah.
The sound design of the blasters, of like junk when they got hit. There was just so many layers to it. Great pump you up stuff. I absolutely loved it, man. Yeah. And then, of course, the shredding. The guitar solos. Let's bring that back.
Yeah, man.
I say, you know what? That's kind of like why I like the band, like The Darkness, because they kind of brought that back to that kind of shredding thing. But that's got nothing to do with this. But like, I kind of like they kind of brought back that old school kind of rock feel there back in the 2000, I guess mid 2000s. All right, DVH, what do you think of the music?
Oh, it's an absolute stone cold classic. Like the album is phenomenal. I've heard the album so many times. It's crazy. And the score, like I said, by Vince DiCola is every bit as good as that soundtrack. So put them together and you've just got a perfect best noise you can have. I absolutely love Instruments of Destruction. I mean, it goes along with like one of the most effective and violent scenes of my childhood, with Megatron turning into the gun and them just offing all the Autobots. It's so brutal and really not child friendly, and I just love that they respected me enough to be like, have the metal as a child. It's awesome. It's fantastic stuff. And obviously Lion with the reinvention of the theme tune is inspired, and I really hope we get more of that with stuff like the He-Man movie that's coming. Like, it doesn't have to be like that, but I have to hear, I have to get the feeling and recognize the traditional scoring, that kind of thing. It'll make or break the movie for me, honestly.
Yeah, kind of like what they did in the new Superman movie. They kind of gave you hints of the old score, but with a little bit of added twist to it.
Yeah.
And the He-Man trailer, the He-Man trailers have, especially like when the title card comes up at the end, they kind of drop a little bit of the hint of the He-Man theme. And I'm really interested overall in like the first, and I'm hoping Voltron, whenever it drops on Amazon, I'm hoping Voltron will do it. But I'm really looking forward to seeing if any of these 80s and 90s properties will kind of lean into that music with the modern movie. It doesn't have, like I said, it doesn't have to be beat for beat, but give us a little bit. Give us a little childhood heart thump really quick.
Yeah. It's like when
Yeah.
they did X-Men '97, man.
Yeah.
That's a
That
perfect
song, it's like,
example of how to
let's
do it
go.
right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was great. I love that too. TJ, you got any?
In the
Go ahead.
private chat again, I've put the UK intro.
Nice.
Like a minute and a half, so you guys can check
There you
out what
go.
I grew up with.
All
Effectively.
right,
Hell yeah.
Okay.
it's in the chat. It's in the chat too. TJ, you got anything else to add
Um,
to the music?
I cannot remember the name of this song, but it hadn't come up yet. But the rock song when Cup and Hot Rod so it's supposed to get executed by the Decepticons. I forget. The only lyrics I remember specifically is when I see what I want, I'm gonna take it. And then they do the demolition derby and everything.
Yeah.
And then
isn't it Hunger?
Yeah, it's Hunger.
Hunger. That okay, yeah. And then the Dinobots come in and who played what's the Triceratops name? Is it Slag? Not Slag, is it? When they not okay, gotcha. When they knock down the door and he leaves out, he says, "Excuse me." Yeah, but Hunger I think goes underrated, but I really like that too.
Yeah.
But the overall soundtrack and the overall score, the music they play whenever you see Unicron on the screen.
Oh my god, yes.
It's like this yeah. All of that. There was plenty of love into making this movie. And I'm glad it happened in the 80s so that we don't have to talk about box office and that being the main barometer to how well a movie does or how good a movie is how much money it made.
That kind of always bothers me because it's kind of like, why do you care? First off, you don't write for Variety or Hollywood Reporter.
Yeah.
Secondly, you don't work for the studio, so you're not in charge of like allocating money. I don't know why you care. Because I don't care. I'm like, if I like it, I don't care who else likes it. I don't care.
A good movie is a good movie. Period.
How much money?
Yeah. We've got more than enough. Now I'm on my soapbox. We've got more than enough examples of movies that have become classics that didn't do well in the box office. That we should be able to discern that box office isn't the only thing. It shouldn't be the only measurement when we're looking at films and things.
Almost all of John Carpenter's films were failures.
Look, the only problem is though, back in the day, even a movie that wasn't a success in the box office could be put on VHS and put in a video rental place and make its money back or make even more money. But
also toys.
It's kind of a thing that's lost now, though. It's like that, like straight to VHS goodness, like but me and DVH love so much. Like it's like, okay, some people would call this trash, but I call this film treasure.
Yeah,
so I think that's something that's kind of missing now.
There's a resurgence. It's called Tubi.
Yeah.
I was about to say it's called Netflix because Netflix is getting better, but it has plenty of movies that only a mother could love. And
they're making a comeback. They've been making a comeback for a while. Yeah. Well, okay. We're going to keep on. I've made this. This actually is officially. This stream is longer than the Transformers the movie.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and we'll try to go through this real quick. The theme of this movie. What do you think this movie's trying to say? And I'm going to start with Jeff.
I'll keep it short because we've been going forever. I think the theme for me was it was like a rite of passage for Hot Rod, and it was like a transformation into new leadership, but it was done so quickly in an hour and change. And being a kid and being attached to all those characters, this was my experience with it. I still love it. I think it's great, but I when I left that movie theater, I was like, all right, so I guess we're in a world of Transformers now with no Optimus Prime.
So I guess it's this guy or nothing. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess this is the guy now.
All right, Fable. The theme.
Yeah, I'll keep it short too. I think it's about hope. Point blank period. I think it's
Mhm.
just hope in the greatest, odds you could ever have, to stay positive, to stay optimistic, to envision yourself greater than what you are, right? To rise above. I think that's what this movie is all about. Because even like Ultra Magnus, I think the Matrix didn't choose him because he had a little bit of self doubt. I think he knew that the odds were stacked against him, and they may not make it out of this. And he's an old soldier, right? He's one of the oldest soldiers, and he knows what he was going up against. But then you got this kid that doesn't say take no for an answer. That doesn't, you know what I mean? Doesn't doesn't fold so easily. It's always, trying to help, and always feels like they can win. And I think at the end of the day, the Matrix knew that, recognized that, and that's what made him become Rodimus Prime, and ultimately defeat the most evil threat they've ever faced up to that point. So I think hope is what it's all about.
All right, Chad. What do you think the theme of this movie is?
Yeah, I can't add too much more than that, but Fable really had it on the head there. Hope and despair. Um, to keep on with the hope, even in the time of despair, even when when your leader may be gone, or it's changing, or things are changing. It feels very much in despair. To have hope in that ideal, like the ideal of making things better, even when it seems, very despairful times. Um, I guess the coming together of that ideal, like working through that, like the camaraderie, um, the brotherhood of it all, to just keep going, the perseverance through that despair, right? I guess that ties into hope. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's about it.
All right, Dr. Von Hoot.
I think it's about how they have a new range of toys that they just sell. No,
That's a good point.
seriously.
That was our theme for GI Joe DVH.
Yeah.
Make more toys.
I think you have to think of Hot Rod being the main character, and I don't know whether that actually plays out like on screen that way. I never really thought of Hot Rod as the main character of that film, even though I've seen it a million times. But he is, because ultimately, he becomes Rodimus Prime. Spoilers, and is the new leader of the
Spoilers, guys.
And I think it's a coming of age story, like, and also, like, from a purely thematic sense, it's the idea that you can make mistakes, and people do make mistakes, and especially when you're young, you're probably prone to making mistakes that affect other people.
Yeah.
But you can come back from it. It doesn't make you a bad guy. It makes, as long as you keep trying to be better, you will eventually, be better. And he was better by the end of the movie. He starts off as a cocky little twat and grows into being, the leader. It's tremendous. On a personal note, I've always felt that the movie's themed, well, I don't know whether is themed the right word. Like, it legitimizes me. Like, it's the movie that I can look back at as a kid because I was really obsessed with these toys, and everybody else was sort of going away from them when I was a kid. Like, by the time I'm 10 years old, nobody cares about Transformers anymore. They're all like into everything else. So I'm still obsessed with this, and this movie is one of the things that, like, I could latch on to as, like, say, no, look, this is a legitimate thing. Like, it isn't just a Saturday morning cartoon. It had a movie, honest to God movie, that I could show anyone, listen to this music, and you'll understand why I am the way I am.
Yeah.
Well, people can call. I think people can call it good or bad, but they can't deny that it was a phenomenon because
Right.
just like TVA
No,
said,
it's
it got its own feature-length movie. Whether you think it's bad or good is irrelevant because how many other cartoon IPs like that besides GI Joe got like? Well, GI Joe wasn't in theaters, I don't think, right? It was straight to video.
Straight to video, yeah.
Yeah.
So how many other cartoon properties, like Saturday or afternoon cartoon properties, of that get their own movie?
Yeah, don't sleep on Care Bears the movie, okay?
Care Bears the movie, y'all. Well, the reason G.I. Joe didn't get a theatrical release is because of how this movie performed at the box office. But yeah, but like me and Jeff were convinced that we'd saw that in the theater.
Yeah, I have. Why would I have a memory of seeing that in the theater?
Got like a Mandela effect going on with that, I guess.
Mhm.
But all right, TJ, what do you think the theme of this movie is?
I'm going to do my best John Cena and say never give up.
There you go.
And I mean, and it's a movie about a race of robots that have been fighting for millions of years, thousands or millions, depending on who tells the story. So giving up is probably not in them anyway, but like nobody on the Autobot side, as bleak as it gets, ever it kind of hangs their head or doubts they can Robots got a movie. They are. I would love for someone to actually take a legitimate shot at trying to revive the GoBots one way or another. I would be invested in that to see somebody actually try to revive that.
I kind of enjoyed some of the toys. I had their big play set, and I had one of my favorite GoBot Transformer toys was the one that transformed into a submarine. I thought that guy was dope.
Hasbro own it.
Yeah,
so
they do.
I don't understand why they haven't folded it into Transformers.
I mean, they did in the comic books.
They did, but only it was very half-assed.
Because just like there's other races of sentient robots in this movie. Yeah, they try to make it like Gobatron and GoBots are also part of that large.
Transformers,
universe.
I think, because of my order of experience as a kid, Transformers messed me up for GoBots.
Yeah,
I dove in head first into Transformers and was there for a long time before I even knew what a GoBot was. And I remember my mom came home and for something, I think I got like a good report card or something, and she got me a GoBot thinking it was a Transformer. And I was like, oh, thanks, Mom. This is great. And I went in my room. I was like, fuck is this shit?
Hey, Mom bought me this Auburn jersey out, and I'm an Alabama fan.
My mom saw the price.
I was thinking to myself, I was
Prime.
like, damn, you're a spoiled little shit. Yeah. Like that.
My mom saw the price of Optimus Prime and was like, but what about this one? This one's much cheaper. And I'm like, no, that's not Transformers. She's like, it transforms. You take it?
It's a Transformer today.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, no joke though, guys. Everybody likes to make fun of they were the generic ones and stuff, but here, I'm going to show you this picture. I had this thing. I still got it somewhere. I don't know where it's at, but it looks like it was like a giant robot on 4 legs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So in that special, the toys that made us, GoBots actually hit America. I want to say 6 months in advance of Transformers. Transformers eventually beat them out, but they actually hit America first. Yeah.
But I guess we'll move along to rated. I just want to say what I think the theme, one of the themes. I think you guys have brilliantly and very intelligently touched on a lot of great themes like hope and the hero's journey, passing of the torch. But also, I don't know, it's kind of about loss and how to get over that loss. And
really quickly.
Yeah, well, they have no choice.
Real fast.
They're thrust into this situation where they have no choice, but they have to continue the fight, or they're all going to be dead.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, in combat, like you hear these stories about World War II. I can't dwell on these guys getting killed in combat because we have a job
Don't
to
have
do,
to
or we're
fight.
all going to end up dead, right? And like, I hate to compare it to World War II. I know it's not that serious. It's just a movie about robots. But
About
like,
war and robots.
well, it's about war. So like, my dad would tell me,
That's
like,
a war. That's
my
a war.
dad, who's my personal hero, was in Vietnam, and he said when these new guys would show up, I didn't want to get to know them because I didn't know how long they were going to be around, or I didn't want to think about that. You don't think about that when you got this situation, but it's also about that. I think it taught kids that though. I'm sure there are kids that went into this theater that had no real concept of what being dead meant.
Yeah.
And
I
like,
was young
maybe it was a
enough to
good.
where I wasn't happy with how characters were killed off that fast. I was not prepared.
Yeah,
Not at all.
But I mean, I remember the first time I realized my mom told me that, oh, your dog eventually will, we'll have to bury it, and like, that's the traumatizing thing for children, but also it kind of shows you, like, I don't know, maybe you know what, I'll probably sound like a stupid hippie or something. Sorry, but I just think that it kind of teaches you about loss and mourning and.
No, you're not off at all. Absolutely.
No, yeah.
I'm going to disagree slightly in so much as it doesn't teach you about it; it gives you it. Like
that's true.
It just does it to you.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
that's true.
Like because they don't really deal with it. Like Optimus Prime is just gone, and they have to go on with it. And the audience, being the children, are all left with suddenly being heartbroken. So like, that's the palpable thing that I take away from it. I mean, it's a perspective.
That's how I remember it.
And then the Ultra Magnus does something similar later on when Cup and Hot Rod and the Dinobots were on one ship, and he and Springer and RC and Daniel were on the other ship, and Cup's ship gets hit, and they're telling Ultra Magnus like, I don't have time to deal with that right now. They're on their own. I'm like, well, wait.
Yeah,
we're a team. What do you mean you don't have time?
They also say that
Yeah.
when they're like when they're getting ready to race up the fort, right? And he's like, well, if they can't get in, they're going to have to depend on themselves.
Yeah. No. That's not how it's done. That's not how it's done.
Yeah.
But like I said, once the movie opens and straps the jetpacks to you, there's no time to think and strategize and what's our next move and how do we get into plays? There's no time for that.
Yeah.
The whole movie.
Hey, there's one of my favorite quotes of all time is from Iron Mike Tyson. He always said, "Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face." So that's and also, before we go on and rate it, I just want to say there was something they cut out of this movie. There was a word that got cut out of this movie, but we found the original cut because me and Jeff watched the original cut the other night.
Look, it isn't even dented. Oh shit! What are we gonna do now?
Wait. not the wait. Did he drop the F-bomb right before then? Is that what I heard?
It sounded like, listen.
Look, it isn't even dented. Oh shit! What are we gonna do now?
I think he says look, but
he said look. It's not even dented.
Kind of like it.
Okay, I was about to say I've never heard that version.
Bumblebee looks at the screen and goes, "Fuck!"
Like Spike is just off the rails. Spike is not having any of this child rating in the movie.
I love it. Okay, this is going to be the easiest ranking on Heroes for Hire movie night I've ever done. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I'm not even going to give you any explanation. It's a 5. Yeah. If I could give it a higher score, I would give it a higher score. It's a 5.
Yeah.
Jeff.
That's of course. That's what I was gonna say is that's another thing about Transformers, people that are fans. I don't find many people who are like casual light Transformer fans. Either you're in the world or you out the world. You don't want nothing to do with it. I never find no middle people,
That is very true.
You give it, what's your score though? 5 or a 3 or what?
A 3.
I'm just kidding. All right. What do you rate it, Jeff? Oh, he gives it a 5. Let's move
Oh
on.
yeah, five.
Fable.
Oh man, if I could give it more than a 5, I would. You know how we do over on Pop Culture Philosophers, Matt. 5.69, bro.
All right,
What-
5.69.
yeah, one of the most impactful animated movies of all time. Point blank, period.
Influential as hell. Yep.
Influential as all hell. Just an iconic film, bold in its direction, bold in its choices. Continues its legacy up to today. And I don't see it stopping anytime soon. It inspired so much, and like DVH said, the first 2 seasons were good, but this movie is where it all hinges on. This is where the whole fandom it hinges on this film. It's a turning point.
Yeah. Chad, what do you think? What do you rate it?
Exactly. 5. Iconic. Still going to this day. Not much more I can glaze on.
Well, it seems like this is almost just not I don't know. I mean, unclimactic. We all know what this was coming. Deviation.
Yeah,
1 to 5. What do you rate it?
it's a full 5 out of 5 hoots. Like,
Oh, surprise.
yeah.
Heck yeah, TJ.
It is a 5 for me. However, they are doing this. I don't know if you've seen it, but they're doing this 40th anniversary apology tour over at Hasbro.
Yeah.
I am going to, if I do not get and I only got more bold after the Top Gun announcement. If I don't get a theater release for the 40th anniversary, I'm gonna knock them down a decimal point. We're 5 right now. If I can't buy a ticket to this movie somewhere by the end of the year, it's gonna be a 4.9. But right now it's a 5. That's a threat.
Dude, if you get the chance, absolutely do that. I got to see it for the 35th anniversary. They put
and I was busy. Something happened for the 35th anniversary and I couldn't make it. But there's no way that they don't have a 40th anniversary showing when they're supposed to have this apology tour.
Yeah.
It's got to be somewhere.
They did a screening of G.I. Joe the movie a few years ago, so I think they'll eventually do it.
Yeah.
Of course, I give it a 5 out of 5. There's just no way I'm not going to do that.
Right.
Before we get out of here, though, I want to go around and see if anybody's got anything going on their channel. Jeff, you can tell them about what we got going on. Sometimes we try to get it.
Yeah, we try to do a Marvel Comics G.I. Joe issue every week, but sometimes I don't know, deadlines get pushed back.
That's the way it goes. Hey, we can do what we want on here. It's our
right.
idea.
So. we running this shit, so it's all our schedule.
All right, Fable, what do you got coming up, man?
Oh, well, before I get into that, I just wanted to say thanks, Matt, for letting me jump on here and review this movie with you.
Anytime.
I tried to do this a few years ago on my channel, and let's just say it wasn't the glaze fest it was tonight. We had a couple of people who were just a little sour on this movie. I was a little disappointed. I'm like, why did I invite this guy on this fucking And then I told Robbie, we have the Crew's Choice, and I said, he said, what do you want to do for your pick? And I said, Transformers the movie, and he said, oh, we did that already. And I was like, you did it like 6 years ago, dude. You did like Black Christmas like 10 times, but he didn't let me do freaking Transformers the movie. So I'm glad I finally got a chance to do it and glaze over with a bunch of fans, man. So thank you for that. Come join us this Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, over on One Collection Down for the Absolute Blame Fable Show. We're on our 3rd episode. We've had 2 banger episodes. I can't wait to come back this Friday with a bunch of people from the community. Some of them you see on this chat right now, on this panel right now. We talk about news, we rant, we recommend, and we show off a bunch of stuff. It's a good time Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Absolutely. I'll be there too. If More than likely, 90% sure. Chad, what do you got? What do you got coming up on your for your content?
Yeah. First off, thanks for having me again. It was great seeing the regular friends here, and then to meet a couple new people. DVH and Flash there, TJ. Good to meet you guys. I had a good time. Yeah, you can catch me on all the regular socials. Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. And then on my channel, I've dropped a couple interviews, and then I'm nice enough to be invited to be on other people's channels as well. So I will be there with you, 90% sure on your end, but 100% sure on mine, unless act of God, keeps me from being there. I will be on the Blame Fable show Friday. We had a great time last week, and they had a great time the week before that. And then I don't know. Check me wherever else I pop up. That's all. Thanks.
Thanks, Chad. DVH.
I'm always of the opinion that a little of me goes a long way. So I've got nothing really planned on YouTube at the moment, but I'm on Whatnot every day, selling comics.
Nice.
But like if you're in the US, just come in and say hello. Don't buy anything because the shipping will kill you.
Oh yeah, the shipping.
Yeah, I'm the worst salesman ever. I'm like, don't buy anything from me; it'll cost you a fortune. Yeah, I do want to do some more YouTube content. I've been thinking about it a lot. Sometime I'll do something new. The thing is, I sort of wanted to move on from doing unboxings because I wasn't buying stuff as well. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Now I'm selling. I'm not really buying stuff for my PC nearly as much, and it's a whole story. But yeah, just I'll generally speaking be in the chat, and if you ever want to chat on stream, let me know, and I'll see if I'm around. This was awesome because I love this movie, and I had to. As soon as you said you were doing it, Matt, I was like, let me in.
There was no way I was not going to ask you. I mean, I had to ask the usual suspect. Unfortunately, like Tony, his work schedule and an E-Man, or they would have been here too. But I thought we had a pretty good time. I wasn't really asking too many people. I thought we're going to have a bad opinion of this film. I don't know. I just wasn't going to do it. TJ, what do you got coming up? I know you make video. You put out videos about every day on. I know you're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah. I'm doing all the short form stuff almost every day. I let people see my face. It's as far as content is mostly Moon Knight and Transformers related. I'm a couple of days behind, but I think I'm on issue 59 of the Marvel Transformers, doing kind of reviews for them. Where we found out that Megatron didn't actually die and he came back, and this is the start of him and the Megatron and Ratchet saga almost.
Yeah,
but you can catch me TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube doing the short form stuff. That's it. Shenanigans.
I can't wait till you get to those last like 20 issues of Transformers, man. It's so good.
Yeah. So this one guy who follows me and we talk a little bit. Afro Samurai, not Afro Samurai. It's Afro San Francisco. Well, Afro SF. I keep calling it San Francisco. Anyway, he told me that I was about to get into the Simon Furman territory because I know of Simon Furman, but I didn't know I was that close to some of his work. And so I think crossing into 56, 57 is when he takes over the Marvel Comics, and you can tell the difference.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting to the fun part.
I got a video out today. I'm gonna put it in the chat. I made a video about the G.I. Joe Silent issue 21. I just do a little voiceover, show some of the art, and we talk about the history of silent issues in comics. It wasn't the first one. I just think it was the best one. It was probably done the best. And also, I have a video coming out Friday, and I'll be talking about a preview of the new Doom Quest series, written by Ryan North with art by Alex Ross on the cover. And we kind of get into like, did we need another Doom series from Ryan North? do we need it right now? Like, also we kind of look at what fans are saying about it. Some of the comments that I like to look at what the people are saying about stuff. And then we got a good one coming out next week about Avengers Armageddon, which I'm kind of excited about. I'm hoping it's a return to form for Marvel. Although, I'm trying to keep my expectations on an even keel, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then I have the show on Sunday, and we have a show tomorrow, because I don't know when to stop with the shows. This is,
I'm pretty sure you're okay if you just say I'm on YouTube every day.
Every day, if I'm not on my channel, I'll be on Fables or Mad Spidey's or the Comic Vet or somebody, or you'll see me in the chat on Only Slabs or somewhere else. But yeah, the reason I want to talk about tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern, there is a giveaway. We have a weekly giveaway now on the Comic Lounge. So this week we'll be giving away a Darth Vader comic, I think. The new one, I don't know what that one. What's the Galaxy's Edge? It's got Darth Vader on the cover. I think it's issue 1 of that Star Wars Galaxy Edge book that just came out. So and we'll probably have another giveaway. My friend Psychotronic Squirt Gun Comics said he wanted to do a giveaway too. So we'll see, or he might do one on the Sunday show. I can't remember. Anyway, we'll figure it out later. But thanks guys for showing up. And I don't know. Just remember, if the matrix of leadership doesn't work, it's all right if you get blown to pieces if you're on the trash planet, because they will just fix you. They're super sav. And I'd like to thank all of my guests because they've all got the touch. So there we go, guys. I'll see.